2020, without a doubt, is the weirdest year we have ever experienced. In adapting to the worldwide thing that's happening, the NFL has forged on despite having none, or some fans, in attendance. Of course, this is strange to all the teams except the Chargers, but what were those NFL games where practically nobody showed up, even without the current restrictions? Like in 2015 in Baltimore, where the Orioles and the White Sox played a game in front of no fans. Little did we know then, that would become the new normal. These next games have some crazy circumstances, and they didn't just involve apathy. What were the lowest attended NFL games before the you-know-what is coming up right after this. Before we get started, know that there is a difference between paid attendance and in-person attendance, so there will be a mix of both reported and anecdotal data. Let's get into it. Number 5, strike first, strike hard, no attendance. Of all the things that can cause a dip in attendance, including controversy, weather, or a down economy, there is one huge thing that will cause fans not to open up their wallets or get off their couches. A labor dispute. In 1987, amidst a players' strike, the owners had a plan to end the impasse. Hire a bunch of scrubs and hope the fans didn't notice. Well, the fans certainly did notice. After a few weeks off, play resumed with the collection of scabs and players who did not picket to outlandishly low attendance. Though I could not find official figures, someone posted on WikiLeaks that the Dolphins played the Cowboys to a crowd of 216 fans, though this cannot be verified. A more reliable account of the replacement game's attendance can be found in a 2017 Seattle Post-Intelligence article, which states a lowly 4,074 fans showed up for a 35-3 trouncing of the Bears in Philly between two replacement teams. Veterans Stadium looked more barren than there is common sense on Twitter. Even though the fans were not pleased with the product, eventually the union broke after a few weeks and things returned to normal. Normal, what a weird word. Number 4, the natives are apathetic. Here's the quintessential example of the vast disparity between in-person attendance and the official numbers the NFL uses to count attendance. In 2013, the Kansas City Chiefs faced off with the Washington R-Words in a Week 14 game. The 3-9 Skins were facing the 9-3 Chiefs, led by the then two-legged Alex Smith. Well, this shit was over faster than Mike Bloomberg's bid for the White House, as the Chiefs jumped out to a 38-10 halftime lead at the rain, sleet, and snow-soaked freezing cold FedEx Field, and everyone except for maybe the players' families headed for the exit. The official paid attendance says it was 56,247 for that day, which is already only 71% of the 79K capacity, of course then, of FedEx. But these pictures suggest literally nobody was there by the start of the third quarter, and for damn sure, only the players were left by the fourth. The final score was 45-10, at least leaving the place was easy that day. Number 3, a bad move. Prior to their last game north of Tijuana, the San Diego Chargers were the worst attended team in the league, drawing 456,197 fans for the 2016 season. That's still an average of 57,000 per game for a team and a dickhead owner that had already told the city and the fans to shove it. Dean Spanos' solution? Moved the team up the 5 to LA and put them in a stadium that hosts only 30,000 people. Needless to say, the Chargers had some of the worst attended games in NFL history, the worst of 2017 being only 25,374 fans in a Week 4 loss to the Eagles. Oh, the Chargers were 0-4 at the time. The next year, they topped themselves when only 25,351 showed up for their Week 1 home opener, a loss to the Chiefs. Jesus. And finally, in 2019, they bottomed themselves out for good when only 25,349 showed up for a Week 3 loss to the Texans. Though their stadium was small, their 2016 season total paid attendance was 202,687, which was still only 84% capacity. Now they are living in the new SoFi Stadium, where even without fans, they set an attendance record for their franchise. And of course, you Spanos. And now a quick word from our sponsor. Guess what season it is? Yes, it's football season. But it's also winning season at MyBookie. Winning season means doubling your first deposit. Winning season means Survivor, Super Contests, and Squares. At MyBookie, winning season means hitting your props and watching your team destroy their rivals. Rejoice, for winning season is here. Invest in your gut. Use promo code POINTS100 and double your first deposit. New players get $1,000 in free play. You heard that right. Add more excitement to the game you love. From live action to futures, every play is possible at MyBookie. Again, use promo code POINTS100 and double up on your first deposit. Make your picks, win big, and collect your earnings. Winning season starts today. Number 2, way back in Ohio. In order to find the true lowest attended game in NFL history, we had to go way back nearly 100 years when the US was 4 years removed from yet another outbreak, the Spanish flu. In 1922, the Columbus Panhandles faced the Akron Pros at Elks Field in Akron, with the home team beating the snot out of the geographically named Columbus team like they were, well, frying pans. The 36-0 whipping took place under the official tally of only 3,000 fans, a record which would have likely been the lowest attended NFL game had it not been for Bat Soup. And now for our best, lowest attended NFL game. Number 1. The Whiteout. Well, for all the reasons to not have good attendance, good old weather is the best one. And though Mother Nature can be mean and altogether cancel a game when she feels like it, you have to give credit when a game goes on despite being yelled at by your earthenly mom. Such was the case on December 1st, 1985, when the Green Bay Packers took on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on the frozen tundra of Lambeau Field. The temperature was a brisk 28 degrees Fahrenheit and the forecast called for snow. Lots of it. The Bucs wore white, which was confusing to the spectators and announcers, but not the Packers, who rolled to a 21-0 win, and the Packers gained 512 yards of total offense, mostly through the air. A Herculean feat, considering visibility was pretty much zero. The amount of fans who braved the Wisconsin cold, even though they are used to it in cheese country? 19,856 with 36,000 no-shows, one of the lowest attended games in NFL history. Of course, 12 inches of snow on the ground and additional 4 to 5 being added during the game probably kept the numbers down. But for those who came, they can all say, "What cold?" as they laugh at you for putting on a jacket, you wuss. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please hit that like, comment, or subscribe. I'm 5 Points Vids, and you made it to my next video.